Hello, welcome to When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. I was playing Chrono Odyssey, so this is a video of me. I was live streaming Chrono Odyssey, so it's almost like a reaction to me reacting, which is weird. But anyway, lots of people are complaining about Chrono Odyssey, and there's, I guess, lots of negative reviews on Steam, right? I actually didn't read the reviews, but all the videos I've seen are negative about it, and I don't know if that's because of the algorithm, because like I watch a lot of people who talk about the culture war in video games, and so they kind of all think the same because it becomes an echo chamber because you tend to watch people who you know ag- agree with or kind of talk the same way you talk. But there are some differences, of course. Like as you see, I'm changing the graphics on the game because like I was playing it. Like I have a I'm I don't know if it's the best computer, but like I can play like all the games I have on like the maximum settings, but I don't because I like my video games to look like video games. So like I'm okay with like like 60 FPS. I mean, I could do more. Because a lot of times on the games I play, I could do unlimited, but I move it down to 60, and then I can do ray tracing, but I don't because I actually don't notice the difference with ray tracing on any game I played. Like I was playing like Cyberpunk 2077. I had to like I didn't know I had the ray tracing on because I updated the drivers to my graphics card, and so it just put everything on the max settings, and it was like doing the ray tracing, and I couldn't tell the difference. Yeah, so anyway, I like to put stuff on medium, like weapon effects. So like if it's like mech warrior, like the explosion effects, like that's like maximum, like weapon detail maximum. But like I don't need like foliage detail. I don't need shadows to be epic. Like medium's fine. Anyway, so this game, as I'm playing it, I'm like looking at the character, like the different character classes, and I'm impressed by the way the characters look. I think it looks cool. Uh, this game was recommended to me by, oh boy, I forgot his name. It was recommended to me by a guy on YouTube who had a list of upcoming games that had good looking, non woke characters. So like the men look like men, the women look like women. Obviously, like there's no they them. You make a you basically can't make a woke leftist, okay? Basically, and for me, the most important thing about a game is are the female characters good looking? And people think it's a joke, but no. Like, I don't want to play a game where you're forced to play something ugly. No, you can give me the option, but if the only option is you have to play a typical Western game, say as you see, like I'm randomizing the visuals, and so like they look crazy, but you have the option to make yourself look normal. So like that's why I'm like, okay, this is fine. And then I'm pretty sure Chrono Odyssey is an Asian game just because the characters like see like, right there that was a bearded woman, but it's an option. Like in other games, like you can make a bearded woman, but like she had to be ugly. So like I'm doing the character creation, and like they had options. You can make them skinny, fat, whatever, but like you can actually like there's a slider, and like you can make her have thighs that save lives. You could give her a nice rack, give her a small rack, whatever. So anyway, I'm already sold on the game. I like it. Okay, but anyway, apparently the problem was when they released the like a gameplay demo in 2023. Apparently, I did not know this. The graphics, like the gameplay graphics, were, I guess, top notch. And then people are complaining now when they play that it looks like a downgraded game, and so that's what they're mad about. Uh, Me not knowing this, and this is the first time I've played the game, I guess the downgraded graphics just look like the normal graphics to me. But once again, graphics is not the most important thing to me in video games. So I actually enjoyed the game. Maybe I can fast forward. Can I? I don't know if I can fast forward this. This is a different player. Anyway, um, some players like on this particular player I picked. I don't think you can fast forward it. Maybe not. It doesn't matter. So I like the game. I don't know what else to say. Like, it's a mix of I guess Souls like RPG open world game, and there's quest. And this is the demo obviously, so I'm assuming the world is a lot bigger than what you're given right now. But I had no problems with the game now because this is doing character creation. Let me open up the other one. Let's see. I think there's one with gameplay. That's it's a little far. Yeah, so I'll be playing two at the same time. But let me switch back. There's too many videos going on. Okay. So yeah, and so then I did a second live stream, and so we're going to see this one. But like I had no problem. Oh no, I did have one problem actually. Uh, the base graphics or the lighting they want you to use. You know how they say like make this symbol barely visible, and that's how you should play the game. So when I did that, the game was just way too dark. Now, when you first start off, like you're in the dark because you're fighting by campfires and there's monsters. As you can see, that's my character. That's her at level 2. Um, and so it's almost like the lighting was too realistic, so it was really dark. So I boosted up the um, like the light. So like instead of being whatever like at barely visible, I made this symbol really visible, and this is what the lighting was, and like it was much better for me. So that's my only complaint was the lighting. Now I'm not a Souls like person, so this game's not for me because like I died a lot just because I'm not a parry dodge person, and in Souls like games you have to parry, you have to dodge. Well, I guess you don't have to parry, you could just dodge. But anyway, I'm like I want to do just all offense, and like I rather have the character stagger. So it'd have been better like in all these games where if you time your attack right, when other people would have to dodge or parry, that you can make them stagger, so you could just do offense the whole time. That's but that's asking them. That's asking the devs to completely change the game just for me. Obviously, that's not gonna happen. But like the combat with the like base enemies, I was fine, and the fighting animation to me was fine. I'm a ranger, so I'm like a bow and arrow, and then my second weapon is a sword. But I just ended up using the sword a lot because the sword play was fun. But the bow action was fun too. It's just that with the sword, you're it just looked cool. So I was doing the sword, but I switched. I was doing both, and then like I like the you can dodge, you can like I kept dodging because I thought I was hitting sprint, but it was kind of an accident. But anyway, um, I'll probably get it into some combat soon, but yeah, like so if you like a Souls like game that's like an RPG with missions, and there's mining, there's crafting, it's your basic RPG. Like there's nothing new about this game. And like but the story, I mean, if you're into the story, like the only reason why I was following the story is out because I'm streaming this. Or here's some combat. Like the combat's fine. It's like, and yeah, and right here I was taken aback because that's the first time I saw a purple enemy. So I'm like, what's going on? Yeah, it's just your basic combat, and then like I'm doing a basic attack, and then I'm using one of my skills. I think there's four skills, and then one of them was a parry though. I think it was number two, like parried, but like the combat was fine. It was satisfying, and then like like you take damage, but then you do heal, so it's not like it's hardcore. So like it felt now I only died when I was trying to fight like six things at once or like a boss fight, but that's obviously that's gonna happen. But and then like so yeah, so like these are the graphics now. Now the way I'm playing now, it's not on epic settings, right? But I see nothing wrong with the graphics though, and that's what everyone's complaining about. I don't know, like I guess I expect different things from games because like these people who are complaining about the graphics, I don't know. Um, I guess I'm not a video game connoisseur. I'm just a guy that wants a little hack and slash, a little bit of escapism. Now I was having trouble like when you have to interact with stuff, hit E, and I thought that was a little janky. But then like after I got used to it, it worked every time. Like so but I guess that was the only complaint. Yeah, so I complained about that, and then I complained about it's too dark for me, so I had to put the base settings like a little brighter. But other than that, I have no complaints about the game. And then the story's cool. Like I paid attention to it. It involves some time travel, and it's a fantasy game, so like if you want to really be real with time travel, if time travel does exist, like like science wise, nothing would change because you would be living in a universe where everything already happened. So it's basically the last because you're like the universe has to end one day, supposedly. So it would be the last time travel that ever happened would be how history turns out. You know what I mean? So like you're living your life, someone time travels, they change it. But then someone else time travels, they change it. So like the way you live your life, it would be as if the last person who ever time traveled changed stuff. So like you would just live your life and wouldn't even know someone time traveled. But that's the science talking right there. But no, like the way they have time travel, it's fine. Like like bad stuff happens and then you time travel back to warn someone and then like that's why you don't have any gear because you time traveled back and like when you time traveled you lost all your gear. And that's the very short of the story, but you're basically like fighting monsters that are coming from holes in the sky, and I know that's really not the whole story, but it's the gist of it. Shows you how much I was paying attention. But anyway, you can make your character. You can customize your character and make him or her look any way you want. So you can make the character ugly, you can make the character good looking. Obviously, you can make the character good looking. So that's what I like about the game. And it seems like this game was all about escapism. There was no um, trans ideology in it. Like it wasn't pushing anything stupid, like like Western games do. You know, like what was that one game? Like was it Dragon Age? Where like the whole game was just about being trans, which made no sense. It made no. I'm like, what? Like, like talk about you don't want to make money. At least this game, you can tell the people who made it want to make money because it's just a game that it seems like it's escapism driven. So if you're a person that likes games that have good looking characters, which is me, the combat is simple, but you do have to dodge, parry, whatever. So I guess that's kind of a Souls-like thing. It is an RPG. You can craft, you do gather, and you do mine. So it has that, World of Warcraft aspect, but that's basic in every role-playing game where you have to craft. And the map was easy to use too. You can track your destinations. So yeah, I like the game. I recommend it. And this is the demo. I had fun. Like the only reason why I stopped playing is, well, stop live streaming because I'm just not good at Souls like combat because I'm just not a dodger. But anyway, that's my review, and it's the complete opposite of everyone else I watch. I actually like it. But anyway, you guys have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Peace.